Hello and welcome to this episode of Kit Corner. Today I'm going to be talking about the Tactical Response Uniform Jacket from Tru Spec. Now the TRU is a knockoff, or I guess a different version of the traditional Army combat uniform jacket. So it's basically an ACU in various different colors. The construction is poly cotton mix. So it says, here we go, 65 polyester, 35% cotton. So like most uniforms, this will be easy to dry out if it gets wet. It's not waterproof, but if it does happen to get damp, it'll dry out pretty quick. So the TRU is essentially the same as an ACU in many regards. You have the zipper here. It's a two-way zipper. So that in there. Zip it up. If you need to, for whatever reason, unzip it from the bottom, has another zipper, you can unzip it from the bottom. And then it has these, close over the zipper. You have two tilted chest pockets, just like on an ACU. They are covered with the hook and loop closure. Put stuff in there. The cuffs are hook and loop. The entire uniform itself, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but it's ripstop. Has the ripstop patterns on it. Has the pen pocket here on the forearm, which is really nice for holding pens and pencils. The shoulders, you have your shoulder pockets already covered with hook and loop. And then hook and loop opening. On the inside, you have the IR cover tab. Now, obviously, this doesn't come with the IR tabs, but if you got one, you could either sew it onto the cover, like on the newer multicam uniforms, or if you get the version with the hook back, you can stick it on here and then use it in the field. So the uniforms are nice because it already comes with this insignia panel on the shoulders. Uniforms are fairly lightweight, just like the ACU. They're really comfortable. They're designed with use in mind. The pockets can be accessed when you're wearing a vest or plate carrier. And Tru Spec is also thinking ahead. They like to include all the accessories you may need for the uniform. So they give you a 2x2 square of loop, so you could sew it on the chest for rank, blood type, etc. And then they give you 2 strips, sew on the chest for tapes. Now, just like the ACU, it has a Mandarin collar. So if you're wearing body armor and you don't want to chafe, you put your collar up, and then it has a flap that goes across. Now these jackets are really nice jackets. They're sturdy. Tru Spec makes quality stuff. The only thing that I have as a negative for these jackets really is, maybe it's a plus for some people, but for me it's sometimes a negative. And the hook that is the hook that they use on these jackets, whether it be for this or for the pockets or whatever, is really, really strong. So it's difficult sometimes to get the pockets open in field conditions, and you have to be careful not to rip on it too much because you don't want to rip the loop off the jacket. So it just takes some finessing. You have to kind of be careful with that. Some people say that's great because they don't want their uniforms coming undone or things opening up when they're out in the field, and I can understand that. So the TRU is a fairly cheap alternative to like an ACU if you're looking for the same style of uniform but you don't want, digital camo colors. They come in a wide variety of colors. This is khaki, but they come in OD, I believe sage, navy blue, brown, black, wide range of colors. They can be purchased between $40 and $50. The average price I found for these is $45. They are ripstop, which is really nice, but they're also fairly lightweight uniforms. So we haven't extensively tested these in the field, but we think that they will hold up fairly well under field conditions. Just that be aware that things like the BDU would probably be a little heavier duty. It just kind of depends on what you're going to use it for. Our rapid response team, which is our disaster response unit, is going to be switching to TRUs here in the near future. We currently wear a TDU tuck-in style shirt, and we found that these are much better because they're comfortable and we like the pocket arrangement and you don't have to tuck them in. However, that is a good point with these uniforms is they can be worn tucked in. So if you're doing rappelling or something, or if you're on a tactical unit, you can tuck these uniforms in so they don't have lower pockets, or you can wear them untucked like they're usually worn. So as far as price goes, they're a good priced uniform. They're very comfortable. Tru Spec makes good quality stuff. All of the manufacturing is good. The stitching is good. The only negative, like I said, is the hook, which may not be a negative depending upon your perspective. The zippers are quality and we aren't going to have problems with them. And then they come with the accessories you need to add. And you just have to sew them on or have your department sew them on. So that is the Tactical Response uniform from Tru Spec. And I will see you next time on Kit Corner.